It's been a little while coming, and honestly, I am happy to be able to finally show this game off to some capacity. For those who joined us a couple years ago, I had James and Hype and Gui on for a interesting little...
Oh,
Oh.
a little
for
too
an
close for
interesting
comfort.
look at
Into the multiple cerebrums of the universe.
of what was meant to be a Kickstarter demo of sorts. And we're now able to bring that Kickstarted game to its completed project, and it all starts with an idea. An idea that didn't know if it wanted to go left or go right, but it knew it had to move. But then it got to the very quick, immediate choice of what gender it wanted to be. I'll be a dude.
Okay. Does this really amount to anything at all aside from cosmetics?
Absolutely not.
Gotcha.
Also,
It's
you said
It
it
is
was the
included.
three of us in Alley, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time remembering this now that I see it.
This was a fun little game, a fun little puzzle 2D platformer game that I came across that starts off fairly simple. You have two boards and you have that little dude from all the warning signs and stuff. And we can connect signs together via doors, which allow the little character to move between rooms, almost like portals to an extent.
Oh.
Look at him go.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think I was there for the demo. Because this looks very familiar.
It is
Yeah,
entirely possible. It's been a while.
I mean, honestly, I think we say Gui, but I think it really was Jordy that was with us when we did the alpha demo a while back.
And I feel like
Crap,
it might have done
was.
it without me, because again,
Welcome
I don't really remember
To
this.
the Pedestrian.
That's right, you
Sitting
weren't
on the
there.
floor. So yeah, this is the game, The Pedestrian, and what I'm doing here is kind of a mega look at mini commentary. Like, I originally had this as a 4-part commentary because the game's not too long, and here I'm showing off that you could have them placed any which way and it doesn't matter. It only matters about the connections. That's what determines which way the puzzle's played out.
It's the connections we make along the way, folks. No matter where, or when.
Wait.
So I'll go into puzzle movement mode. But yeah, so this is and this they will steadily build on this premise. They'll build up on the idea of how these puzzles interact and new mechanics for each one. But this is the main gimmick: is it's a puzzle simulate. It's a puzzle platformer where you get to control. Not this one. This one's locked. For the most part, you can control and orient how these rooms connect with one another to get up to and obtain objects. And I just genuinely think the presentation of the game is really. I love this whole sign gimmick that they have going on
That's
with us
nice.
traveling throughout the real world.
And I like how, and I do like the detail in the environments.
Yeah,
Oh, and here's a
it's
cute
really good.
idea. Here's a cute little thing I realized. I can pick up this key and open the door. But a cute thing I believe I show off up here is, if ever I were to pause the game, first let me move these guys around, and I'll do something really stupid. No, okay.
What
no,
are
I
you
think I
gonna
need to have
do?
those I actually think I have to have them. Sometimes you'll notice if there are dotted lines appearing. Sometimes the rooms have to be at least with nothing too much, obstructing them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look up there, that TV, whenever I pause, those TVs become the pause screen, no matter where I am in the game.
Oh.
Huh. Okay.
So and I showed off again up ahead. I thought it was a very clever little way to hide the pause screen without having the whole thing. Like, even when I'm all the way over there, there's a TV off to the right. So when I pause, so as I move this over here, if I were to pause, like if I recall that I did, because I was the one who edited the dang footage.
We'll just believe that you did. Okay, there you go.
So yeah, the pause menu moves with you, so to speak.
There's gotta be a TV in
okay.
every room.
Oops. I actually did this wrong because I cannot make that jump. I need to reorient these doors a little bit. Keep those connected and do it this way, so I'll climb down.
Oh, that one. Okay, there it goes.
And so yeah, there is a story of sorts to this game, and I'm going to hopefully be, showing off what we are accomplishing here, which will require a number of, little crossfades. And I would implore that if anybody is interested in what they're seeing already, please now, give this game a look-see. It is available on Steam, and I will see what other platforms it's on here.
I know it was released on PS4/PS5, I think.
Okay.
Because I think Sony kind of well, I don't want to outright say owns the rights now, but they are the ones that are, distributing the games to consoles.
Huh, okay. And so right now you can get this game for $15 on Steam. It has a sale going on as I'm recording this anyway.
Not bad.
And I honestly could see this game coming to Switch, and I'm kind of bummed that it's currently locked to PS5 and PS4 at the moment. But
yeah, it's kind of the same. It's like that same sense of meh I get every time I think back to Castlevania Ritual of the Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically the not Dracula X Chronicles were. Hey, someone dissected a Game Boy.
So this is what the plot, if you could call it, of this game so far is. We are using this little guy to actually gather components that somehow affect the real world to apply and add to this not Game Boy thing. And that's what we're going to be doing. I like the battery over here.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit to the left. No, okay, we'll go with that.
Does that matter in the long run, or is that just another puzzle?
Absolutely not. I just like it there.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take the elevator now.
But how do we take that? How do we take that not Game Boy with us?
So here's the thing. I'm assuming what's happening is, so there is an unseen second person who we'll learn more about by the end of the game, who I think is moving it around for this little guy to grab components for, I think. Or, like, maybe that's the whole gimmick, is like maybe the guy holding the camera of sorts is the person actually moving them around. Also, random thought, like, I really like the music, the like, atmospheric music. It kind of almost gives me a weird Ratatouille vibe of, like, the bustling city and stuff.
Kinda
also,
does.
you can't. Also, your character can technically die, but all it does is it resets the puzzle, so don't get zapped by laser beams.
Now, from Blarg Entertainment.
Oh my god, you're right. It is Blarg Enterprise. Hang on. This was fun.
Whee! I can see my house from here.
And also, that was also me showing off that I also still like. I'm gonna get a little bit ahead after that sewer section.
There's gonna be a lot of jump cuts, ladies and gentlemen, for those wondering.
Again, that's how I could make this into a mega look at of sorts. So here we are. The next
mini commentary.
Yeah.
Tomato, guys.
No worries. So yeah, that was also me showing off how another thing I like about the presentation of this game is I like how like the camera is dynamically moving. Like those aren't cutscenes. Like I have full control of this guy going back and forth. From start to finish. There aren't any like real loading times. Like it's a nice, seamless experience. Okay, man, this could be on the Switch. Let it be on the Switch.
Stop being cowards.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. So while I'm putting together another little puzzle here and orienting it just so that my OCD mind will be at ease.
There you go.
There we go. Look at that. That's a nice looking level. So what do you guys think of the Pedestrian?
Looks cute so far.
I agree.
Would you take him on a date?
Would you take him on a date?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I can date I don't know how I can date a drawing.
That is true.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like that progressed a little too fast, Logan. I mean, I just met them.
Take him out for dinner at least once.
I should rephrase myself. I don't know how I can date a drawing. Now, a plush Waddle Dee, on the other hand.
Oh, yes. All right, so
very related to what we just finished doing, actually.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, he's cute, but he's honestly a little small for my liking.
Yeah, well, Jordan likes her men tall and thin.
Oh my gosh, Jordy, did you see that? I kind of posted the other day, like, with the intent of teasing you and Pi Bob, but did you see that somebody made a gender bend version of Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village?
Oh, brother.
You know what? I think I peeked through it and saw that, yeah.
Well, actually, if we're going to be talking about that, did you guys see the one picture that I shared that showed that Lady Dimitrescu is actually just one woman on top of another woman's shoulders?
I did not see that, no.
I did see that. That was pretty funny.
I saw that, and I also saw the picture of how, like, she should really just, get out of the way and make room for the real unit that is Chunky Kong.
Yeah, and she should trim her nails. Just saying,
Lady
she should trim those nails.
Dimitrescu, 9'2". Chunky Kong, one hell of
Hell of
a
a
guy.
guy.
You'll never know. So perfect. Okay, that's what we need this box for.
If-
So, okay, what I'm also showing off here, at least once, is this is another like big recurring element in the game. Is you'll have little sort of hubs where you're moving between different puzzles like this in order to gain the next component for the not Game Boy.
I see. But yeah, just real quick, like you guys are talking about like comparing her to Chunky Kong. I'm just thinking like comparing her to Daddy Pig. I know exactly how heavy I am. Please don't. Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Jeez.
Ew, cockroaches.
Of
Disgusting.
course. I mean, you're in a subway system.
Yeah, I was about to say, where were you expecting?
Cleaner
some-
walls.
I was about to say some. I was honestly going to say some, actual hygiene standards.
Yeah, exactly.
What's New York subways?
But still, it's 2021. You have to have standards.
I mean, she's right. I mean, it's sad how in some places they've only just started to actually clean up their subways, and it's like, that's the first in like what, an eternity since they've actually had mandated washers come in to clean up the subways.
Well, this game took place
right.
before 2021, so you can suck it.
Technically, yeah, technically it did.
Oh,
This
yeah,
game
you're
came out
right,
a
it
while
did.
ago. This game came out a while ago, but yeah, I saw it and I, again, fell in love with the concept, and that's why I backed it. And I can say that as one of the backers, I was pretty happy with with how it turned out. I think that they did. Thank you. I think they did a pretty solid job with that concept and building upon what is in the demo. Which, if anyone's curious about the demo, there is still a free demo you can download on Steam.
How far does the demo cover?
I think it is just the Kickstarter demo, since the
Okay.
mechanics are still roughly the exact same. Or maybe it only plays through the first. Maybe it only goes to that first stage. That looks painful to hold. Let's try that. That looks good.
You
All
said
right,
it
so
didn't
let's get
matter
it.
in the long run.
We will survive this ancient relic of the 1980s/1990s.
Yes, we will. Now we're gonna just take a quick little shortcut over here, back past that.
Roshk.
Bishiro.
I think this was actually one of the Kickstarter benefits. Is they would have your name or your username of sorts put in graffiti around the place. I like this whole like subtle details in the background as you're moving around thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
And whoop, here's how we're gonna move. So we just got that little microprocessor chip. It's time to enter that code just by pressing the button, and we're off to obtain a power circuit thingy.
All aboard!
Away! And yeah, and from here on out, for the sake of this mega lookout, I'll mainly be showing off. I still want to show off like part of each quote unquote biome because I like the progression of how everything moves around. But a nice unsuspecting city about to receive the torment of a lifetime. No, you're fine. It's but I'll mainly at that point, beyond that point, I'll mainly be showing off like my favorite puzzles of each. Solids. From
Are we
each
gonna
area.
at least? Will we at least see the ending to this game?
Of course, I want to show off that ending.
I mean,
because
is this
I think-
not a mini commentary mega look at?
I definitely want to show off the ending. If not, here's a new mechanic that they're going to introduce to us, and I'll try to show this off at least. So this introduces the mechanic of doorways.
Oh,
You can only they're one ways, but they allow you to move between panels on top and above each other.
and then after that little escapade, we rise out of the sewers and head on back to the city.
Yep. So we're gonna carry on this way and grab some other pieces. We learn about how certain platforms can be turned on via switches, which honestly, now that I look at all this, wow, it almost kind of gives me a Game & Watch feel to everything.
It kind of
does.
does.
I can sort of see it. Yeah, you'd have to really limit the frame rate though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
of course.
moving on from that, guys, since we got a box, that's all that box allowed us to do. We're gonna
Well,
carefully
I like
get
that.
across this high-speed traffic. What's that?
The
this
style
is
of of the street signs.
Oh, the hexagon.
Yeah. Like that's really cool. I like the aesthetic that they used for this. Like this.
Well, I'm pretty sure, isn't that like that hexagon pattern? Don't actual like signs like that have that?
I believe so.
Usually, yeah.
Right, then we can-
Well, usually when you see highway signs, they're usually like rectangular and green and white.
Get the power cord from there for the wires. I'm gonna head over here. Oh, look at these little emotes and little drawings and everything.
Aw.
That
There's a pig hugging a cat.
That cat looks like he has not much long to live.
Sneak in through here. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me.
That's gonna be a really weird sign to tell out when you're crossing the street.
Now we're on chalkboards.
Ooh,
I don't know, like,
chalkboard!
so I feel like I really do. Okay, I think I see what we have to do here. We need to drop this key to become a block.
Ah,
Boing.
okay. Oh,
So
Oh,
now
that's
time it
ooh,
just right.
oh, that was close.
Now,
Turn that off.
and yoink.
I'm taking the
Nice.
stick back, Elmo.
I only had 3
So-
lines!
I don't think
Put
this
in
thing
the
had
power
any
circuit we
lines.
got.
I know, I was just
Donald.
making a joke.
Just in general, so yeah, just in general, I do like. If anything, like the puzzles, they can get pretty interesting. We're gonna move right along to get that next piece. The puzzles they make pretty creative use of the mechanics involved. I don't know what the hell that thing is, but it looks smart. So let's put in that little LED bulb. I think one of the biggest like things that this game nails is its presentation of each of these levels and playing with that sign mechanic. Now we're in a college campus as I go to obtain the LED.
Oh yeah, that's a nice campus.
Good
It's like,
old
so-
PU.
Pew, pew.
Mr. Dean, are you sure you want to have your statue holding these? Yes, everything so.
They are the hallmarks of our children's future.
Ooh,
They
time to have some
represent the
fun.
diplomas that you paid way too much money to try to get.
Check this out. If I position these doors just right, I can circumvent these lasers by doing something crazy.
Sounds crazy,
this.
but it just might work.
Oh, that was.
All right, now.
And
Very
had a
close.
scratch on me.
So yeah, so here we're making clever use of these doors that allow us to pass from one field to the next to safely, basically portal jump. Oh,
Oh jeez, that sounds that definitely feels like that doesn't quite feel like it was intentional.
Well,
that
you take
there,
the
no,
block
that was
with
how
you?
you're supposed to do. That was how you're supposed to solve it.
Holy shit.
But it can be a little finicky if you're not used to it. I agree. But there we go. Get that block to use up here. And that's how solving a bunch of again. There are a lot more puzzles that I'm not showing.
Okay, looks like we got 3 more
to
to get.
this. Yep. There's a lot more puzzles I'm not showing
Oh,
off
someone
here.
left an uneaten burrito there.
I know. I'm gonna get a breakfast burrito tomorrow. I don't care if my foot's still healing. I'm gonna get it.
You get it, man.
You should get a
You
breakfast
it.
sandwich instead.
Yeah, get yourself
I
a
don't know
chicken
anyone who
biscuit.
sells it here. Okay, here the mechanic is wire circuits. You can
mean,
use
yeah.
them to connect boards through electricity using the wiring to allow power to be transferred between panels. And if you're wondering what those those dashed lines appearing by the doors are, that basically shows that I have passed through that door before, and if I were to try and break that connection, I would risk resetting the entire puzzle. You can, excuse me, nice. You can technically like orient the puzzle at any time, so long as you have not passed passed between that. That ain't gonna work. As long as you have not passed between 2 doors a specific way yet, then you'll be able to.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky.
Oh wait, I see what we gotta do. Make the gap
Oh,
bigger.
Ooh.
okay.
And then I can just disable that right away. Thank you. We're out.
Whatever. Also,
Someone lost
of
a
course,
shoe.
I was about to say, of course, some random ne'er-do-well would just leave their unused shoes hanging on the wires again.
And other than that, I'm honestly gonna say I'm probably gonna skip this chapter, like a good amount of it, man, because like the wire puzzles are great, but they can be a little long to like get a full grasp on. But I'll show this one. I'll show decent
Lord
chunk of this one.
mercy.
This took me a bit to
After 30 minutes of extensive thinking and
was
looking
like-
at his squirrel-powered megaphone.
It was like 5 minutes. It wasn't that long, but yeah. So as you're seeing here, the extensions there
Oops.
that'll block the laser beam for me. the puzzles do get a little more complicated, but I feel like it's not to a insane degree. I think it's just a decent step up. So now I can move that back, and this will allow me to link these two wires together.
Okay.
So from what I've been showing off with this so far, does this interest anyone so far? I guess with like giving the game a shot.
I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I'll go out my way to try it because this looks a little too complex for someone of my simple mind.
It's 4 pieces, but no. I mean, again, that is fair. I love puzzle games, and thus I kind of was drawn to this a little bit more, and I totally understand that.
I just love that. Like, it's full of pieces.
Well, I was saying 4. I was trying to say 4, but I realized there's a 5th one. But I was gonna say it's 4 pieces in a line. No,
stop your belly aching now. Hurry and solve this 2,000-piece puzzle.
Oh jeez, I saw someone trying to solve one of those, and then their dog accidentally hit it and sent the pieces flying everywhere. Drop down, and we're good.
I feel bad for any dog owners that also have a passion for building those card houses.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Yeah.
That
is not the hobby
of,
to have.
That just reminds me of. I know I showed it to Jordan. I don't know if Logan saw it either, but someone made these little animations based on voice clips for Team Sonic Racing. They did one for Omega, where it looked like Omega was trying to put together a courthouse. Almost there, and the cards just topple over, and he just chucks the table out of his sight.
Just gets mad.
Yeah, he was so mad.
So I hope everyone enjoyed it. That's probably gonna be the one puzzle I show this place because everyone they're very clever. Like I think the way that they interact with these, like how they play with the environment, especially with this wire puzzle, I think this is a really clever like puzzle to see shown off. But it's also a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
At least with setting this all up. But like stuff like this, I love. Like you have to actually pause the puzzle mid completion in order to move these wires when you need them. So,
come on,
connect this
there
one, move these doors, then back to open this door.
Looking at this now, a thought occurred to me. If there was ever like an English translation, or heck, I could just pull up a translation, some sort of translation myself. A part of me wants to try to dare Logan to try and complete that one Ghosts and Goblins version of the Incredible Machine that we covered a long time ago.
Oh, I didn't know I didn't know that they made a Ghosts and Goblins version of that one. I remember. I didn't know like what platforms was that available on again?
It was on PlayStation and Sega Saturn, only in Japan.
I'm sure.
But basically, it was pretty much Capcom's Ghosts and Goblins take on the Incredible Machine.
Right, which then became the contraption maker game that I looked up.
There you go.
Right.
Antenna. So I will look into that. I will see if I can find like a translation patch or something. So anyway, with the
if not translation patch, then again, I wouldn't mind looking up like some sort of written material. Just read out the instructions to you. We could do that thing live.
I'm down.
That'd be interesting experiment in of itself. But yeah.
So lastly, or I guess penultimately, we need a cooling fan. And this gets to one of my favorite like settings of the place is here we're introduced to, I don't know what this chemical is. I'm gonna call it magic highlighter juice. But basically, it allows me to give a panel a special property, which is if I did something that would normally reset the entire puzzle, it doesn't reset Pedestrian Man.
That's good.
Oh.
So I guess it gives a panel permanence. Yeah, so I could put an object in there or leave Pedestrian Man in there. That way when I reset the puzzle, whatever is inside that panel will stay in that panel for me to pick up afterwards.
Through the use of yellow highlighter formula number 2...
Actually, it's highlighter formula number 3!
Smack. 9. And again, I will definitely say that this music is like more moving than I think the current gameplay has any right for it to get, but I do really
it's like the indie equivalent of what's the name of that PlayStation 1 puzzle game
Intelligent Cube.
Yeah, Intelligence Cube.
So it's really good. And all right, so now
now that I think about it, that's another thing we should try and set Logan up for.
Intelligence Cube? I don't know if I'd be good at it.
I mean, it'd be worth a shot. It'll test your IQ.
Oh, but I agree, Jordan. That's a really pretty landscape.
Oh yeah,
I love the colors.
Part of me is a little like part of me understands why I wouldn't probably like enjoy living in a big old city, but I'm kind of jealous that Jordy gets to live in a big city.
I don't live in a big city.
You live near a big city. How about that?
I'm only like an hour, maybe a little more than an hour away. I live in a smaller area.
So you live in the suburbs.
I wouldn't exactly call it the suburbs, but it's definitely a smaller rural area.
But it's like
Right.
So a condo.
No, not a
Or-
condo.
or-
I have my
it's
own
some
little
sort of-
house. I live next to a farm.
yeah, but it's like
okay.
honestly,
I'll be right
like
back while you guys do that.
Okay,
Let's
but-
talk about that.
honestly, I was about to say, like, he mentions that about being jealous about not being able to live in a big city. It's like, I think it'd be neat, but I'm kind of split on the whole thing because, part of the reason my folks don't really like living in the bigger cities is that less likely to run into crime.
Yeah. High
yeah.
crime is usually done in the big city. I mean,
It
fuck,
is.
heck, look at Gotham.
Among other places.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of
Oops.
like, oh no, he got hit by his laser.
So that's what happens when Pedestrian Man gets inked.
Yeah.
But just in general, when it comes to like cities, I prefer like the smaller kinds of cities where you can be able to walk around and go place to place, and sometimes even have a little bit of driving area in case, you can't walk there in like 20 minutes and need to get there in like 5. Where like it's a little bit better than like say New York City, where everything is just super duper busy and you have a better chance of like getting hit by a car.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
back, and I just now realized the inherent irony in me recording this commentary for the mega look at of a game called Pedestrian when I can't exactly walk too well right now.
Oops.
It's just, again, it was just a small little foot corrective incision. Everything is totally okay.
Yeah, you're
He is-
fine. Don't worry.
Don't worry, he'll get
don't
the feeling
worry.
back in his foot in about a day or two.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not even that my foot doesn't even hurt that bad. It's the fact that they have me elevated because ingrown toenails suck when they have to get it fixed.
Yes,
but
they do.
I would
Yeah.
Oh.
much
Whoa.
rather prefer this than the alternative. Also, this is very dangerous for Pedestrian Man to be doing.
God
all
forbid,
this.
Pedestrian Man caught himself a Charlie horse at the last minute.
Well,
Oh.
not even that. Like, you're doing this in the rain. I don't think you should be fiddling with open electronics like this in
Oh
the
god,
rain.
what? I was saying, oh god, what if there was some like horrible dark like puzzle that came up earlier, that came up later? Where, because I'm talking about like this because it doesn't happen at all. What if there was some like dark puzzle thing that happens where it's like, oh my gosh, you have to run because the rain is washing away the ink and chalk.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, honestly. Like, that poor chalkboard. It's gonna get washed away. Like, have you no shame?
Oh,
Put an umbrella underneath.
And then I remove, and then I remove this, and that will then reset the nice. So, yeah, here I am playing with the permanent state to keep things.
I
This
love
is
them
definitely,
just
I
like
think, these are-
just him in still motion in the air. It's like, hurry up!
anytime now.
I'm losing the feeling in my legs.
Okay, with
My
this,
legs!
I'm going to make this permanent, but I'm going to reset this room. Do I want to reset this room? Because then I'll lose my position.
Dude.
No, that can work. Yeah, because then I can pass that down.
Yeah.
And then it's just as simple as keep that object, keep that place permanent, but reset the rooms, and I get to escape with the box in my life.
Yoink.
So yeah, they're like that. They're not, and there are. I would say there's maybe like a little over 30 puzzles like that in the game. Like, 'cause it's like 4 to 5 big ones in each. There's like 2 to 3 introductory puzzles to introduce you to the mechanics. Then 4 to 5 trickier ones, and then the big hub itself. But yeah, then this is how I was able to.
You know what?
What's up?
All this time, I just realized what this is starting to remind me of.
What's that?
The freaking Donkey Kong Crash Course from Nintendo Land.
I guess I could see that a little bit. But yeah,
Because the whole thing was it was literally an obstacle course made from a chalkboard.
Oh yeah. From Nintendo. Oh, that's what. Yeah. No, I still enjoyed that, and I still wish they could have done something more with that. Nintendo Land 2, please. But yeah, with that.
Yeah, seriously, like I feel like it wouldn't hurt to bring some of those back.
So with that, we'll now move on to the last chapter, which I honestly think is this mechanic. I'll show it the whole thing because I think this mechanic was crazy. I'm like, you could have made an entire game like this. So
Oh, and I just realized the hand that's
Hey.
holding the Game Boy.
we're going to
plug it back in.
complete
There we go.
the design.
God, that's a very obnoxious portable system.
Yes, it is, but it allows for some interesting mechanics. So now I control the person.
So now it becomes a first-person gamer.
Kind of, but and I'm not sure.
Yeah, whoop.
It must have been another Kickstarter. But now I can do things like this. Get in there.
Doop.
Solve the puzzle through his perspective. And pull him right back as soon as he's done his task. And I may or may not be a god at this point.
By God, you mean...
Especially in this next area. Oh, thank goodness we can run. So, and as
Hello,
always,
television.
the television is always our faithful pausing friend. But, so yeah, now that we're going through this, like, we're finally made to the grand rooftops. And,
Speaking of getting into our inner Donkey Kong.
and, yeah, no, what we're about to be doing here is, like, they honestly could have made an entire, like, chapter or an entire game out of this mechanic that we're about to see. But, unfortunately, I will spoil and say that this is the only puzzle, the one puzzle in this entire game that functions like this for the grand finale. So we have these rooftops with these catwalks, and we have a locked gate that we need to open, and some peculiar chalk and boxes placed around the area.
Okay.
So this is what we're going to do. We have over here some stationary blueprints. And when I draw the connections between them, first off, I can move this box over here so that it'll be closer. And the reason why we're doing that is because if I actually come back out of this, the blueprints have now affected the rooftop.
Oh.
And I've now made connections that weren't there before.
I just imagine like a couple of workers
Friendly
that
pedestrian man grabbed this box from me, which I will then leave for him right there so he can get to it earlier. Continue, Hype.
I just imagine, like, let's say there are some workers on the rooftop doing stuff on the roof, and they just see while you're fiddling with this right here, just all the stuff just, like, inexplicably changing around. It's like, man, do you see what I'm seeing?
He just looks at the wine he was drinking, just pours it out on the floor, and then
Dude,
he
they
gets
don't
fired
pay
because he
us
shouldn't have been
enough for
drinking on the
this.
job, and then he gets fired because he shouldn't have been drinking on the job to begin with.
Yeah.
Dude, I think what Larry was saying is true. The box ghost is real.
It's rare. So now, okay, so now we need to. Now I need to move some of these things around.
Is Pedestrian Man scratching his butt or something?
His back, maybe, or maybe he is his butt.
He
there.
looks like he's scratching his butt in his head. Like, dude.
I mean, he's
So-
been all over the place and back. He's got to be feeling itchy by now.
So, yeah. So this whole mechanic here is I love, and I almost wish that they had a whole like game about this. It's like that time travel mechanic we saw in Titanfall 2, where it's like, holy crap, like it was so good. They should have just done stuff with that. But all in all, since we are getting up to close to the end, your guys' thoughts?
Really
I
good.
mean, yeah, more or less, pretty much the same here. Like, I mean, it is a very creative idea for a puzzle game. First and foremost, just having these very detailed back locales, and then but the weird funky thing is that you're technically playing as the guy that's inside all the stationery and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
But then
it
once
is.
you reach the very end of it, then it just pulls a fucking twist on you, and that now you're playing as the guy who's been paying attention to the pedestrian man this whole time.
Yep, and he has unlocked the gate, and our test was a success.
Sweet. Let's see. Now let's uncover the secrets of the universe.
So what has been the entire point of all this finagling that we've been doing?
I guess we're about to learn that what's been happening this whole time is we were testing out a prototype with a lot of different mechanics to see how we could play with how different areas branch together, how they control. Let's move that there. How we're on all of our prototyping stuff.
Oh, I guess this is our house.
These are a humble abode.
I see
there's
pizza.
A long jump. They want to do a long jump and out. I don't know if that's supposed to be us or not, but we're at a brick wall, huh? Well,
I mean,
let's
it's the
see
closest
what
thing
our.
Mate,
Go ahead.
1994. No shit. No wonder we're still working with a Game Boy. Test long jump.
Oh, this is there. You go. That's how this all adds up.
Yahoo! 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 Yahoo!
And there's a fake N64 and a guitar.
Jesus Christ.
And a nice computer, too.
Oh,
Files
wow, floppy
missing.
disk.
Uh-oh.
Where's the floppies?
Where are
I
they?
look.
They're all the way back in the 90s.
Oh crap, we gotta go back to 1999. No, okay. I think there should be a
This is
floppy disk in here
1994,
somewhere.
though.
Oh
I guess-
crap, we long jumped the wrong direction. Here we go. Here.
There we are.
thank God.
Ah.
Long jump data, location number 4.
Click. It leads us to some island in the Atlantic.
Huh?
Somewhere.
The Atlantic?
Okay. Well, let's activate this to test out the long jump. Alright, little buddy. Do your
You
stuff.
could do it. Okay, sir.
All
it
right.
up. Then
Oh,
well hang on, there's a door there. Let's open that door.
Okay.
Get the key and I mean, what do we do? Well, once again, using this power, it's not just the puzzle that we have affected here.
Oh, he broke through the bricks.
Oh, shit.
Not just through the bricks. Through the use of this technology, we have broken through the boundaries of reality itself.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
What?
Now we are going to Atlantis.
Why not? So, yeah. And with that, this has been, again, my grand little mega look at mini commentary of the Pedestrian, as our test proved to be a grand success.
Wow.
Beyond, and now we shall go beyond the beyond.
And again, like, the game itself took me about maybe an hour to an hour and a half to play through and record. It's not a terribly long game, but then again, I'm not super bad at puzzles either. But all in all, I really did enjoy my time with this game, and I sincerely would like to again recommend that other people give it a shot. Even if I did show off a good chunk of the puzzles, I think that I cut out and around enough of them that there is still stuff there that people can, explore and experience for themselves.
So for those of you
should
watching
they
at
choose
home,
to.
don't use this as a means to cheat the system.
Oh, no.
You gotta
No.
You gotta play through the game like a good little tot. And yeah.
Study
so
hard, stay in school, do all that jazz.
Drink
your
your milk.
homework, drink your milk, eat your peas.
No,
I want to eat the peas.
But yeah, beyond that, yeah, I had a really solid job. This was, I think, definitely a the game. This was definitely one of the. I think this is saying like these are the people who kickstarted to get the game itself, which would include me somewhere in this list. Yeah, just again, all in all, easily one of my favorite kickstarted games. Like, I felt satisfied with what they put out and did not think that the system ruined it or whatever. How to you know how it is. Like, you hear the tale of like the Kickstarter game that doesn't quite deliver on everything. But I think they delivered on everything they wanted to try out with this, and I look forward to the next project that Skookum Games or Skookum Arts does. That doesn't sound like a good word when you say it like that, but that is what it's
Skookum.
called.
Skunkape?
Skookum, but it's a
Skookape.
Skookum. It doesn't sound right out. But so yeah, your guys' thoughts?
I mean, I've said it before. I do think, for what it's worth, this is a very creative idea for a puzzle game, and I mean, from what little I did see of it, it looks like they did succeed more or less with flying colors. Not really much more I can say beyond that, though. I do have to agree that
There you are.
definitely,
I see
there
you.
you
There
are,
you are,
emblazoned in
Logan.
green.
I did that to highlight it, but just let him go by. Pretend like he was never here. Keep
I
walking.
wanted to be proud and find him by myself, but no, you had to bring out the highlighter.
Don't mind us, folks.
Goodbye,
Pretend
Logan
like I was never here.
Chavez.
There we go. So, yeah. No. With that said, what did you think, Jordy?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's nice and calm, and I really love the aesthetic to it. In fact, I was gonna say, like, at the very beginning stage of this, the kind of vibe that I got at first, just by that office thing alone, was like the Stanley Parable. But the more I
yeah.
saw of it, it looked different. Like, it looked like its own little thing, and it felt nice. And I just think that while I might not try this game out myself because I'm not as big into puzzle games either, I do think that they got something good going on, and I really liked what I saw.
Okay. And so I looked it up now because I was just really curious because this music is, again, really nice. It was made by another Logan. His name is Logan Hayes. He does have a Bandcamp, and the soundtrack can be purchased from there for $5. And it looks like it's also... Oh, yeah. It was a long one. And it's also on SoundCloud. But yeah, so I recommend looking into Logan Hayes' music as well. But that said, thank you all so much for joining for this a nice little pedestrian experience. I was Lucky Jack 20.
I'm James Mainstream.
I'm Jordan the Cat 11, and why didn't Steve give his thoughts?
I did.
I thought he gave his thoughts.
I missed it, I guess. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
No, it was during the building section.
You know,
Yeah.
usually we have it where we accidentally forget to go over his final thoughts, but now once he actually have his final thoughts, it becomes so alien. It's like, did we give him his final thoughts?
Well, no, it's just that I did. It's just that I kind of... half banking on the fact that no one really cared and half banking on the fact that I could just do them whenever I want.
I know, that's fair.
You are you, brother.
So yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much, and till next time for my next wacky, wild indie puzzle game that no one has ever done except for, and no one will probably ever try beside me. But I enjoyed them. I enjoyed those little experiences. Take care.
Till next time.
End quote.